And when you're ready, we'll start today's class seated, so make yourself nice and comfy. And whenever you're ready to find stillness, allow the eyes to close down and start bringing your awareness inwards. As always, this is your class, your practice, so if you need to rest or modify anything at all, please do it. We'll begin our practice today with Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So if you're familiar with that breathing exercise, you can keep your eyes closed to keep that focus inwards. Otherwise, you can blink open the eyes now and I'll do a quick demonstration. So you can take any hand mudra you like for Nadi Shodhana, but my favourite is Kali mudra, lacing together all the fingers, then releasing the first finger and the thumb. When we begin, we'll open the fingers and gently place them either side of the nose. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out the mouth to begin. Then we'll close the left nostril and inhale through the right for a count of 4. Then close both nostrils, hold the breath for 4, open left, exhale for 4. Inhale left for 4, hold for 4, exhale right for 4. That's one round. We'll run through a few rounds together, and the main thing to focus on really is just trying to even out your breath, so you're stretching it to fill the full 4 counts on the way in and the full 4 counts on the way out. So lengthening up the spine to begin, shoulders soft. Deep breath in through the nose, fill the belly. Open the mouth, take a long exhale. Closing the left nostril, inhale through right for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Closing both nostrils, hold the breath, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last exhale right, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing the hands. And then taking the fingertips to the back of the neck. See if you can feel whether your neck is stacked up tall on top of the spine or whether it's sloping forwards. And if the neck is sloping forward, see if you can draw the head back in space to stack it on top of the shoulders so the spine is one long straight line. Nice, and we'll move the head between those two positions a few times to feel it in our body. So allow the head to come forward and feel the neck slope. Then draw the head back in space and feel it stack on top of the spine, really long. One more time, taking the head forwards, feel it slope. Then draw the head back, stack it on top of the shoulders, and maybe subtle movement, drawing the chin in and slightly tuck to get even more length in the back of the neck if you can. So our head has evolved to sit in this position, stacked in front of the shoulders. When we let the head hang forward, the head is really heavy, and these little muscles at the back of the neck and shoulders aren't very big. So that's why we sometimes get tight in this area, because we're letting the head hang forwards. So if you like today, throughout your practice, you can focus on keeping your awareness in this head and neck position to see if you can keep the spine long, lengthen the back of the neck, and see if you can feel a difference. And let's close down the eyes so we can draw the awareness even more deeply into the neck as we start to move. You can take the head in any direction you like, just explore the sensations you find. Maybe the neck is already feeling super open today. Maybe you find lots of sticky spots that need a bit of extra movement or breath. And taking a few more moments to explore. And then when you're ready, stacking the head back up on top of the shoulders, maybe using the fingers one more time to feel the back of the neck as we lengthen, drawing the chin in. Nice. Then keep this head position if you can as you stretch the arms out wide to the side. Fingertips point up to the ceiling, push through the palms. And you might be able to feel almost like a magnetic sensation along the inside of the arms. If you can feel that, that's a sensation of your nerves. Not stretching, the nerves can't stretch, but they can kind of glide in their casing. So that's that sensation if you found that there. And from this position, keep the fingers pointing up to the ceiling, deep breath in. Then as you breathe out, take the fingers down, try and touch the inside of the arms. Nice. Inhale, taking the fingers up, stretch. Exhale down. One more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale to take the fingers up. And let's draw some forward circles with the palms, moving nice and slow, mindfully. You can make these circles as big as you like. Really nice. When you're ready, you can change the direction, taking the circles backwards. Awareness in the sensations this movement creates in the arms, shoulders, and chest. Last one. And lacing the fingers together, push the palms out in front, straight arms. Deep breath in as you stretch up. And exhale, release the wrist, shake them out all the way down and plant them on the mat in front of you, coming up onto all fours, preparing for our cat-cow. Stacking the shoulders above the wrists and the hips above the knees. Awareness in the base of the spine as we move, taking the tailbone up to the ceiling, dropping the belly low, lift the chest and the gaze, deep breath in. As you breathe out, tuck the tailbone under, draw the belly in tight to the spine, push into the hands around the back, tuck the chin. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, rounding down. One more breath in. And out. And and see if you can find the central point between your cat and cow neutral spine, flat back, and bring your awareness back into your head and neck position. So again, see if you can make the neck one long continuous line of the spine. Draw the chin in, slight tuck to find even more length. So it's harder to hold this position as we come onto all fours or plank, as there's more gravity working on the head now. Downward dog. Brings the movement into the legs. From here, we will roll forward into high plank and bring the left knee into the left armpit. Then plant the left knee behind the left wrist. Bring the right knee out to the right hand side of the mat, somewhere in line with your left foot, and then sit down behind the left foot. Your thighs should be like at a nice 90-degree right angle, with the thigh pointing out to the side of the mat and the top thigh pointing out to the front. From here, you can leave the shins as they are if that is more comfortable. Otherwise, try and bring the top shin up in line with the top of the mat and the bottom shin out in line with the side of the mat, and flex the feet. So this pose we call 90-90. It's all the 90-degree angles. Once you're happy with your angles, ground down into both sit bones if you can. Lengthen up tall through the spine. We're going to try and keep the whole of the upper body and legs super still and just lift the back foot like an inch off the ground. Feel that right glute engage, then place it back down. 10 of these little pulses here. Trying to keep the body super still. Yeah, really nice. Last one. And fingertips come to the mat, lengthen up through the spine. Check in with the position of the head and the neck. Deep breath in. As you exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Just come down to your edge. It's going to look different for everyone. Maybe you take the fingers further forward for another breath in to lengthen. And another breath out to sink down. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Easing yourself up. Glue this left knee down to the ground. Don't let it move as we peel up the right knee. Take it as far away as you can without letting this left knee lift up. Now imagine you've got magnets on your knees repelling one another. Keep that distance, keep that engagement as we start to open out towards the middle. So the left knee is slowly coming up now. And we're going all the way down to the other side. Keep that engagement in the thighs the whole way. Super slow with control. And when you arrive, check in with your angles, everything 90 degrees. Ground you down into both sit bones, lengthening up the spine. Whole body stays super still as we lift the back foot up 1 inch and place it back down. 10 more of these little pulses. Last one. Fingertips come to the ground to help lengthen the spine. Stack the head, breathe in. Exhale, hinge forwards, find your edge. Maybe fingers come forward for another breath in. And out. Last breath. Slowly coming up. Gluing the right knee down to the ground this time as we start to peel up the left. Find that edge, the widest space you can create between both knees. Keep that engagement as the right knee slowly starts to come up now. Nice, keep the knees super wide, yeah. You should feel it in the inner thighs, really strong. As you come all the way down to the other side. Nice, plant the hands, find your downward dog. Another pedal out through the feet if you like. from here, 3 options to get into Malasana squat at the top of the mat. Option 1, take the gaze between the hands, bend the knees, big jump forwards, land the feet either side of the hands, and we're in our squat. Option 2, take one big step forward to the outside of the hand, then another big step forward with the other foot, and we're in our squat. Final option is to simply walk the feet forward, getting wider and wider until you arrive in your squat. We're doing that transition lots of times today, so remember you've always got those 3 options to choose from. When you arrive in your squat, see if you can push down into the outside edges of both feet. Feel the inside arch lift up. Engage the glutes as you push the knees wide. Lengthen the spine. Broad across the collarbones. Yeah, really nice. Then see if you can find that position again. Stacking head on top of shoulders. Remember the chin is drawing in to find that length in the back of the neck. Yes, Abby, that's the one. Really nice. Taking 3 more deep breaths here into belly. Squeeze the glutes. Last breath. And then release the arms, allow the spine to round forwards. We're sending the bum up first into a forward fold, soft knees. Keep rolling up through the spine. Arms can sweep open wide if you have the space, otherwise you can take them up the front as the palms meet above the head. Nice, deep breath in. Exhale, slow squat back down to the ground, dragging the palms down the midline. Yeah, nice. Again, roll forward, send the hips up. Round up through the spine. Sweep the arms, deep breath in. Exhale, sink down. Nice. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you roll up. Inhale as you sweep the arms. Exhale as you sink back down. Keep the glutes switched on. Squeeze. Really nice. Just coming up to a wide leg ragdoll this time. Keeping the knees soft. The arms can either hang or you can catch hold of opposite elbows. Each breath in fills the belly. Each breath out, feel the neck soften. The last breath. Releasing the arms. Slowly roll all the way up to standing. Head arrives last. As we open the palms to the front of the room and step the feet together. Close down the eyes as you find your Tadasana, your mountain pose. And feeling the feet connected to the mat. Lift both kneecaps to engage the thighs. Squeeze the glutes. Lower ribs draw in. Shoulders soft. Crown of the head reaches up towards the ceiling as we draw the chin in, back at the neck long. Palms open wide. Awareness on the breath. Inhale Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Sweep the arms up, palms meet as we stretch tall. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold, hinging from the hips. Remember to soften the knees if you need to, connecting belly to thighs and forehead to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back, lowering the back knee. Inhale, low lunge. Nice. Abby, maybe try drawing the hips back a little bit, then squeeze the glutes and draw the pubic bone up towards the belly button. See if you can get that same stretch in the front of the right thigh without dropping out too much weight into the hips. So work a bit stronger, a bit higher. Nice. Keep those glutes switched on. Lift the chest forwards and up. Maybe the arms start to draw back in space. Awareness in the position of the head and neck. So maybe you can show me like a sexy double chin. Yeah, nice, strong neck. Last breath into belly. Planting the hands. Engage the shoulders. Step back to plank. In our plank, let's check in with the head. Often, as soon as we come into plank, the face is planting down towards the floor. So make sure the head is lifted up in line with the spine. Yeah, really nice, everyone. Then keep that head position. You should take the knees down to the ground. Keep holding that head position as we lower super slow down towards the ground. Maybe you can find somewhere to pause and hold for one breath on your journey down towards the floor. Fingertips in line with the tops of the shoulders. Elbows hug in tight to the sides. Push down into the tops of the feet. Inhale, float the chest, cobra, shoulders soft. Chin draws in. Nice. Exhale, downward dog, take it back. Explore some more movement here if you like. Any movement that feels good. Then choosing your transition to Malasana, squat at the top of the mat. You can jump, step or walk. And we'll all meet at the top in our squat, really nice. Engage the glutes. We're going to come up super slow for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, yes, squeeze, 5, 4, send the arms up, 3, 2, 1, nice, deep breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center, step the feet together. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, stretch up. Exhale, Uttanasana, folding down. Inhale, halfway lift. Awareness in the back of the neck. Really nice, everyone. Exhale, fold down. Left leg steps back. Lowering the back knee, inhale, low lunge. Really nice. Squeeze the glutes tight. Lift and open the chest. Maybe start to draw the arms back in space. Chin draws in. Neck strong. Nice, Amanda. Breathing into belly. Releasing the arms, plant the hands. Strong shoulders, round the upper back. Step back to plank. Yeah, nice shoulders, Michelle. Keep that head in line with the spine as we take the knees down to the ground. Lowering down super slow with control, building our upper body strength. Maybe we can pause for one breath and hold before coming all the way down to belly. Preparing for cobra. Deep breath in as we lift up, squeeze the glutes, stack the head on top of shoulders. Yeah, nice, Henry. Exhale, take it back. Downward dog. Even in your downward dog, you can tune into your head and neck position. A little bit harder to feel where your head is in space at this weird angle, but you can try and get that same alignment of the spine. Then taking the gaze between the hands, choose your transition to Malasana. Squat at the top of the mat. Nice, Michelle. Everyone meeting here, squeeze the glutes, keep them switched on as we rise up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, reach up. 3, 2, 1, inhale. Exhale, back to center, feet and hands. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, stretch up. Exhale, Uttanasana, folding down. Inhale, halfway, long neck. Exhale, fold. Right foot steps back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Again, squeeze the glutes, lift the chest. Maybe start to draw those arms back in space. Awareness in that head and neck position, keeping everything strong. Nice, and taking the arms out wide in line with the shoulders. Flex the wrists, fingers up to the ceiling. And take some backward circles with the arms, moving nice and slow. Keep pushing through the palms, one more. Nice, then plant the hands. Strong shoulders, step back to plank. Option 1, taking the knees down to the ground and coming down to the belly just like before. Option 2, if you feel that's super easy on the knees, come down in plank. Lowering to our halfway point. And then you can choose to either come down to the belly for cobra or flip the feet and lift the thighs for up dog. Nice, yes Amanda. Show me those double chins. Exhale, downward dog, take it back. Lifting the left leg high and straight, point through the toes, three-legged dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, roll forward into high plank, knee to nose, squeeze. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, coming across. Option 1 is holding strong here. Option 2, Rockstar. Straighten out the left leg so that the little toe side of the foot is on the floor. Then ground down the back heel so the foot is sideways on the mat like a warrior 2. Push into feet, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. Right fingertips can reach up towards the sky. If you like, you can take some little lifts with the left foot. Try to take it just 1 inch off the ground, then place it back down. A few little pulses here. Yes, Kate, nice. It's so hard. Last one. And then take it back to downward dog. Everyone will meet there. Really nice work. Choosing your transition to Malasana. Squat. Nice, squeezing glutes, coming up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, send the hands up, 3, 2, and 1. Deep breath in. Exhale, feet together, hands to heart center. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, stretch up. Exhale, Uttanasana, folding down. Inhale, halfway lift, chin draws in, long in the back of the neck. Nice, exhale, fold. Left foot steps back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Squeezing the glutes, lifting the chest. Maybe the arms start to draw back in space. Nice, then take the arms out wide, shoulder high, fingertips up, push through the palms as you flex the wrists. Taking some backward circles. Nice, last one. Planting the hands. Strong shoulders as we step back to plank. Checking in with your head and neck. Seeing if you can hold that position as you lower with or without the knees, your choice. Once you've held your hover, you can take cobra or up dog. Nice. Exhale, downward dog. Lifting the right leg high and straight, point through the toes, three-legged dog. Deep breath in. As you exhale, roll forward into high plank, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to left elbow coming across. Option 1, holding here. Option 2, Rockstar, straightening out the right leg. Little toe side of the foot presses down. Back heel comes down sideways on the mat like a warrior 2 foot as we straighten out through the legs, push into the feet. Squeeze the glutes and lift the hips. Again, you might like to take some little lifts with the right foot, coming up 1 inch and placing it back down. Really nice, everyone. Last tap if you're lifting. And then we'll all take it back to downward dog. Nice work. Choosing your transitioner to Malasana, yogi squat. Activating the glutes as we come up for a count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, arm stretch up, 2 and 1, inhale. Exhale, feet together, hands to heart center. Inhale, Urdhva stretch up. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift, open the chest, draw the shoulder blades back. Nice, Michelle, exhale, fold. Right foot steps back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Squeezing the glutes. Maybe palms come together, bending elbows, take the thumbs to the back of the head. If you choose this option, you might like to push the head backwards into the thumbs as you lift and open the chest. Feel the back of the neck long as you breathe. Last breath. And releasing the arms, plant the hands, step back to plank. Coming into a long hold now for cobra or up dog. So your choice, which one do you take, but it's the same activation in both poses. So coming down with or without the knees. Choosing cobra or up dog. Pushing the toenails and the tops of the feet down into the mat. Squeeze the thighs, squeeze the glutes. Push down into the palms even more. Think broad across the collarbones as you open the chest. Nice, shoulders soft. Drawing that head back in space as you stack head on top of shoulders. One more breath into belly. And taking it back to downward dog. Or Knees to the ground for child's pose. If you're coming into child's pose, you might like to bring the palms together, bend the elbows, and rest the thumbs on the back of the head. Deep breaths into belly here. And if you're in child's pose, last breath. Everyone meeting in downward dog. Choosing your transition to Malasana squat at the top of the mat. Engaging thighs and glutes, rise up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, reach up. 3, 2, squeeze glutes, and 1, deep breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center, step the feet together. Inhale, Urdhva, stretch up. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold down. Inhale, halfway, flat back. Nice. Exhale, fold. Left foot steps back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Switch on the glutes. Option to take the palms together, bend the elbows. Rest the thumbs on the back of the head or the back of the neck. Push the head back in space. Really nice, Amanda. Nice, Henry. One last deep breath into belly. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, plant the hands. Step back to plank. Coming into our final long hold of cobra or updog. Coming down with or without the knees, your choice. Super slow. Hold your hover, one breath. Choosing your back bend cobra or updog. Pushing the toenails and the tops of the feet down into the mat. Squeeze the thighs. Squeeze the glutes. Push down into the palms even more. Think broad across the chest. Soft shoulders. Head stacked. Nice. Last breath. And taking it back to downward dog or child's pose. Maybe you take the thumbs to the back of the head. And breathing into the lower back. You're in child's pose, last breath. Everyone meeting in downward dog. Final transition to Malasana squat at the top of the mat. And settling in for a longer hold now, so grounding down into the outside edges of both feet. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs. See if you can use the elbows to take the knees even wider as you lengthen the spine, open the front of the chest. Stack that head. Yes, Abby, chin draws in, perfect. You can either hold here, using the arms to passively keep the hips open, or if you want to fire up the glutes even more, see if you can hold the knees there with your strength, release the elbows, maybe thumb comes to third eye. Breathing into your belly. Nice, Michelle. Last breath. Carefully release into a seat and find all your 90-degree angles again. So left thigh is pointing towards the front of the mat, right thigh out to the side of the mat. If it feels more comfortable to have the feet tucked in, that's cool. But if it is okay in your body, flex the feet and bring the shins out in line with the side edge and the top edge of the mat. Grounding down into both sit bones if you can, lengthening up through the spine. Whole body stay still as we just lift the back foot 1 inch and place it back down. 10 more little pulses. Last one. Nice, fingertips come to the ground, lengthen the spine, check in with your head and neck. Deep breath in. Exhale, hinge forward, find your edge. Different for everyone. Maybe you bring the fingers forward, take another breath in to lengthen. And another breath out to fold. And holding here for a few more breaths. Each breath out, encouraging any tight areas of the body to soften. Last breath. Easing up nice and slow. Gluing the left knee down to the mat, start to peel up the right. Find your edge. You should feel this really active in the inner thighs as you push the right knee away and keep the left knee down. Then keep that activation, that tension between the legs as we slowly flip ourselves over towards the back. Yeah, great pace. When you reach the back, find the sit bones, lengthen the spine. Body stays still as we lift the back foot up 1 inch and place it down. 10 more little pulses. Really nice, everyone. Last one. Grounding fingertips, lengthening spine, stacking head. Deep breath in. Exhale, fold. One more to come down to your edge. Inhale. Exhale. Settling in for a few more breaths. Body still. Last breath. Slowly releasing up. Gluing the right knee down to the mat, start to peel up left. Find that edge, that maximum range, and then slowly work yourself just to center this time. Or bring both knees into center. Maybe wrap the arms around or drop the forehead down towards the knees. Squeezing tight. From here, if you'd like to pop on any extra layers before we come down onto our backs, please do. No rush, but whenever you're ready, we'll all meet on our backs with both knees into the chest. So giving ourselves another big squeeze. Really nice. Coming down whenever you're ready. Maybe taking a little rock side to side. And option 1 is staying here just as you are. Option 2, take the legs up towards the ceiling. This is a really nice place to hang out for a gentle inversion. You can practice that deep belly breath here. Option 3, Halasana, taking the hands underneath the hips for support as you lift the hips high and stretch the legs out behind you. Maybe they hang out in space. Maybe you bend knees to rest on forehead. Maybe the toes reach the ground behind you. But whatever pose you have chosen, I invite you to soften the gaze or close down the eyes and bringing your attention inwards. In Halasana, you can slowly start to release, feeling each vertebrae unfold one by one. No rush if you're still coming down slow, but whenever you reach the ground, stretch the arms up above the head and the legs out long, full body stretch, fingertips to toes. It might feel good to circle the ankles and the wrists. And then bringing arms down by the sides, palms flat to the mat. Lift up the hips, slide the hands underneath so you're sitting on them. Then tuck the elbows in as tight as you can underneath the body, preparing for Matsyasana, fish pose. When you're ready, deep breath in, push into elbows, lift the chest, open the throat, and then just gently place the crown of the head on the mat behind you. Deep breaths into belly. When you're ready to release, push into elbows, lift the head and gently release down. Taking arms out wide to the side, in a T if you have the space, otherwise bent elbows, cactus arms. Slide the hips over to the left, draw the left knee in tight to the chest. Slowly guide that leg over to the right. No need to force this leg position in our twist, just let the leg hang heavy in space wherever it ends up. And maybe with each breath out, that leg drifts a little bit closer towards the floor. Last breath. Easing back to center. When you're ready, slide hips over to the right. Right knee in tight to the chest. And slowly guide that leg over to the left. Encouraging the whole body to become soft. To release down. Last breath. And easing back to center. And final few moments to take any final movements your body needs. And then when you're ready, you can start to get yourself settled. And to end your practice either on your back, lying down for Shavasana, or seated for meditation. Make sure you are as comfy as you can be, cozy and warm. Really nice, everyone. Final few moments to settle. In your Shavasana, there is nothing you need to get right. There is nothing you can do wrong. So I invite you to let go of any expectations. If you like, you can witness the solid ground beneath you. Noticing the contact points between your body and the floor. And with each breath out, you can send your weight down through those contact points into the earth beneath you. With each breath, the body becomes heavier and heavier. And although the body is so heavy, can the breath be free and easy? And as you start to come back into the space around you, you might like to bring some small movements into your fingers and toes. It might feel good to take a deep breath or a big stretch. And in your own time, keeping your eyes closed, and carefully make your way up to a comfortable seat. Palms come together at heart center. And as we bow our heads, let's take these last few moments to acknowledge something that we're grateful for today. Namaste.